Hello and welcome, foolish mortals. This is Emily.
And Clayton. And today,
Your ghost hosts. We're your ghost hosts.
We're your ghost hosts. I'm exhausted.
Very important.
It's very important that I do all this correctly, especially because we're talking important stuff. So join us today as we journey down the rabbit hole and delve into all things Alice in Wonderland. You asked for it, and now it's time to pour yourself a cup of hot tea, fix those nerd glasses, and settle in. Because we're going to pass straight into Disney history territory.
My favorite.
With this series, we'll be looking at Disney's connections to Alice in Wonderland all the way back to Walt's Alice comedy. So we are going
way back.
The creation of the beloved animated classic, future film adaptations, and Alice's presence in the Disney parks.
Sounds like we have a lot we're going to be getting into this series.
Yeah, it does.
How many parts will it be? Who's to say?
I see three at least.
And maybe, Clayton, just maybe, we'll finally answer the question everyone's been dying to know the answer to.
Yes.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
I don't know, but let's get into it.
It's time to make it magical. How about, before we talk about all things Alice,
Yes.
what's our mask keeping for today?
I've
got a pretty big one.
Yeah, I ran 14 miles today, so I'm dragging. I'm literally about to fall off a cliff.
And I did 9.5. I am also dragging.
I'm literally ready to fall asleep. Yesterday, we went to the city.
We did.
We sat in a room. We sat in a room with one Tony Baxter. And he talked all about Indiana Jones, the Indiana Jones adventure in Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
So this was put on by our Emily's favorite place besides Disneyland and Walt Disney World and anything else, but Walt Disney Family Museum. Yep. This was a talk that they do. So this is actually the second time we've actually been in a room with Tony Baxter. We were in a room with him in last year.
I don't know.
Say. Who knows? Where he was there with Don Hahn talking about Don Hahn's book, which is
The Happiest Place on Earth,
which is all about Disneyland. So
you're forgetting someone. Also, former Imagineer Tom Morris. He was also there.
We were also there.
But this time it was just Tony Baxter, since he was like one of the lead Imagineers on the Indiana Jones adventure.
Yeah. So we went out. We saw The Happiest Place on Earth exhibit at Walt Disney Family Museum. So if you're in the neck of the woods, I would recommend going to that.
Absolutely. I think it got extended through all of summer into maybe September.
And
so only limited time. Definitely go check it out.
I knew all the stuff that was being presented in said exhibit because of my teacher, but
who's your teacher?
She still took every living minute of time that I gave her.
Well, this teacher sounds really fascinating. I like this teacher of yours.
Walk through this exhibit. And then we watched, there's a video associated with it, which is pretty good video. It's about Walt, obviously, and building Disneyland. And then we got to go over to ILM, listen to Tony Baxter talk Indiana Jones. And then we headed back. We have family visiting. So then we were busy entertaining two small children.
That's not all that's been going on this week.
What else is going on?
Big news. I'm going to D23 this year. I'm so excited. High pressure situation. The nerves were everywhere. Yeah. I didn't know if I could deal with another heartbreak after not getting into the Walt Disney World Marathon, but I'm going to be in the room where they make all the park announcements. I'm going to be there, Clayton. I'm so excited. I'm going to be there. I'm actually going to go with some friends. Our friends over at Idiot's Guide to Imagineering. We've mentioned them before. They do a great podcast. Great friends of ours. Can't wait. Yeah. Clayton's not coming. I'm going, though.
Yeah.
I don't think he can handle all of the chaos from D23, but I am ecstatic.
I had a mild panic attack in the Skywalker Ranch General Store at ILM yesterday. I said, nope, I'm out of here. So I can't imagine.
So that was a good indicator. It was a good choice for me to just say, you know what? I don't think you can hang it with the D23 crowds.
I don't think I could do it with D23.
I can hang with the crowds, though. I can deal with it.
I don't think I could deal with that. Which is weird because I go to the sports games and stuff, but whatever. Okay.
I don't know,
Any
but
other mousekeeping? No, we're running. We're whatever.
Working.
We're slogging
we're
away.
getting ready to go on a cruise ship.
Counting down the days to the 22nd. About to get on an airplane.
22nd.
Well, that's the final day I'm working, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
We fly on the 23rd. I'm pretty sure the 22nd is the last day I'm working.
Okay.
Oh, it's going to be the longest 2 weeks of my life. But let's get into it. What we'll do?
Let's do it.
What we'll do?
Whoa. Say that 5 times fast.
What we'll do.
Hey, you got it.
Okay.
Actually, I do have a quote from Mr. Walt Disney this week. We're going to take you out of this world of reality for a visit to the most fantastic of all of the worlds of fantasy. It's a wonderful world of colorful characters, the Mad Hatter, the March Hare, the Cheshire Cat, the White Rabbit, and the Queen of Hearts. It's the world of one of the most famous storytellers of all time. With that, perfect lead in, Walt.
Okay.
Getting us prepped to go. We're entering the world of Wonderland this week.
Okay, let's intro into that world of Wonderland. When people hear the word Alice, most people's minds are instantly transported to Disney's 1951 animated portrayal featuring characters as colorful in hue as their personality and memorability. Memorability. Of course, if you're related to someone named Alice, you probably think of them, but we're not here to split.
I don't know
an
Alice in person, though.
I also do not know an Alice in person, which is interesting if you think about it.
Let's bring the name Alice back into the rotation.
Yeah. While typically not hailed as one of Disney's crowning achievements in film history, there is no denying the widespread appeal and popularity of Alice in Wonderland. Although life wasn't always all caterpillars and tulips for this Disney animated film, it took lots and lots of time for this movie to find its footing and gain an appreciative following.
That is right.
And you could have seen this film if you were in 1954 on the second episode of the Disneyland TV show.
Well done. Or you could have seen it in 1951 when it released.
Well, not everyone could go to the theaters back in 1951. Some people had a TV in 1954.
What if you didn't have a TV, though?
Well, I don't know.
Then you were out of luck.
You probably could have gone to reruns, which is something that they did. Which let's re-release Dune Parts 1 and 2 in theaters, so Clayton could go watch it. But yes, this was the Fantasyland segment on the second episode of the Disneyland TV show.
That is correct.
Don't ask me how I know that. I mean, we all know how I know that. Her name is Emily. She showed me episode 1, and they gave a little bit of a teaser for episode 2.
That is true.
I used to have like other stuff in my head that
You
was
just
not,
brought up Dune. What are you talking about?
It was not all completely Disney related. And
You're welcome.
it slowly.
You are welcome. I'll take my bow. Sounds like you're thanking me. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Come on, take us down this rabbit hole.
We have to travel back 100 years, though.
Over 100 years.
Over 100 years. Excuse me. Read the script. To truly uncover where Disney ties to this franchise all began.
Disney's ties.
Sorry, when I was reading that, I had a momentary panic attack, like I forgot to hit a record.
Oh my gosh.
So, hey, double checked. We're good. I'm a little.
We should have double checked before we started talking.
I'm a little tired. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm a little tired.
Too.
I know, but I'm sitting here under these lights. I wish I made another coffee. That would have been like my 5th one of the day. I'm a little tired, but so if I stumble or bumble or Tweedledee or Tweedledum,
no one forgive him.
No one
show no mercy.
Please forgive me. I ran a lot this morning. So where were we specifically?
We're talking about where Disney's ties to this franchise all began.
Specifically to the wonderfully odd world of Alice, Disney would go on to create the now beloved 1951 animated classic, worldwide experiences across the Disney parks, and even modern day live action film adaptations, and for us, so much Alice content possibilities. Now, none of this would exist without the creation of Alice and her Wonderland, nor without the early inspiration and nearly lifelong dedication of one Walt Disney, who brought Alice to life in his own way. The Disneyland version of Alice.
No, but the Disney-fied version.
But the Disney-fied version of Alice. I say all Disney with 4 letters
you see
after
the word Disney, and you want to go back to Disneyland. I get it.
You know,
I get it.
I was told when you were going to D23 that you're going to D23. And then
I did tell you I'm also going for a day at Disneyland.
I don't believe that was part of the agreement when
Mm-hmm.
you said that you're going to D23. It said
It was.
You said I'm going to D23, and I was like, okay, that sounds fine. And then you're like, oh, by the way, I'm going to Disneyland by myself without you. Good luck, buddy.
You said you were theme parked out.
I
Disneyland also includes that. Does it not?
It's a bit rough. I noticed you have the
Wait,
wall.
What? It's a bit rough. Okay, elaborate.
What's a bit rough?
Why is that a bit rough?
You seem to be getting very eager to be going to the parks without
Sounds
me.
like someone wants to go back to Disneyland.
You have the Wally Bogue book. I didn't know.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We at the happiest place on earth.
Why are you like reading the bookshelves right now?
I don't know. I was looking up and
Focus.
my in my eyesight I saw that you had the Wally Bogue book.
I do.
So as a part of the happiest place on earth
This is all over the
segment,
place.
well, people get it. As part of that exhibit for the Frontierland, they had the Golden Horseshoe Review comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been fun to see.
Yeah, I would love for them to bring something back into the Golden
But as
Horseshoe.
Tony Baxter told us, live entertainment is
Who's
very
Wally
very,
Bogue, though? You mentioned Wally Bogue, Frontierland, Golden Horseshoe. What does that all mean?
He was like a performer. He was
Very
like
famous
He was like a very
performer.
famous performer, comedian
Like
slash
slapstick, hilarious,
like,
something that Walt Disney
like
loved.
what's the modern day equivalent of Wally Bogue? Like Penn and Teller, kind of maybe like in that realm, maybe kind of similar to Penn and Teller, kind of like a
Maybe.
bit of a magician comedy slash kind of stuff like that.
I mean, he wasn't a magician, for sure.
That kind of whatever. Okay, but the Disney-fied version of Alice the world has come to know and love is ultimately all due to one particular man, Alice's original creator.
And I'm not talking about Walt Disney in this case.
No, we're talking one Lewis Carroll.
Oh, you're
Checks
giving
notes.
it away early, apparently.
So to fully tell the story of how Alice came to be, we have to go back, way back to a time
Going back.
well before the Disney Company and Walt. So how about it? Are you ready to learn?
He's pointing to you,
I'm
listeners.
pointing to you,
Because
listeners.
I've already learned all this. I wrote the script.
You and me are going to go on an experience together. I'm half awake.
And I'm just going to make
And-
sure Clayton is reading
And
everything
I'm
correctly.
putting you to sleep behind the wheel of your car.
No,
It's
keep him
so-
awake behind the wheel of the car.
So it's a match made in heaven. So how about it? Are you ready to learn all about Alice and her nonsensical history?
Yes, I am.
So, according to our friends, the Mad Hatter.
You okay?
The March Hare. There's only one way to really go about this series, and that's start at the beginning. And when you come to the end, stop. Jeez.
I love that part.
So Emily wrote the script for all of this. So if you have to thank her for my tongue ties, she's done a good job so far. We've only read one paragraph and we've had a lot of fun. So let's go back. Are we going to let's do, okay, what's going to be our time machine for this? Are we going to do the DeLorean? Are we going to do Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure phone booth? The time machine from the time machine?
What about Time Rover from Dinosaur?
No.
Yes.
No.
That's Disney related.
No.
That's only fitting.
No.
Give me another Disney time machine. Quick.
Don't they own Back to the Future by now?
Oh, you could do the time machines from Spaceship Earth.
Remember
Remember how easy it was to learn your Alice history? Thank Emily and Clayton.
Emily sent a picture.
They wrote the script.
When Emily went to Disney World for her last training just recently, she sent a picture and she said, "Hey, oh, actually very relevant because they were filming the moon landing in that portion of the ride and we were going to the moon, which is super cool.
Very cool.
My nerd glasses are super cool. I definitely cried during the launch. It's literally amazing that we're going to the moon in my lifetime again.
It is.
But Emily sent a picture and she's like, "What ride is this?" to the family.
I got stopped. That's why I took the photo.
So she sent a picture and she said, what ride is this? Your parents threw a couple guests.
They didn't know.
They missed. She's like, "I bet Clayton knows." I'm like, "Yeah, of course. It's Spaceship Earth.
It's the moon landing
One
scene.
of the best rides on this planet when it comes to Disney stuff."
All right. Well, how about we go back to relevancy to the
Okay,
series?
but we got to pick a time machine though for
I said the Spaceship Earth time machine.
Spaceship
It's
Earth. time
Disney
machine.
relevant. Or
You-
the Time Rover.
Okay, I have one more thing. Just one last thing.
Oh boy.
What do you think, Tony? What do you think Tony's thoughts are truly on the rocket rods? Because he seemed a little jazzed about it.
No,
yesterday.
he said cool name. If only they had a great attraction to go with it. But he said fantastic name. which I agree. Rock Rods is a great.
Oh, sorry.
Clayton,
Who put that book there?
stop knocking things off the shelves. What are you doing?
Who put that book there?
You're like a cat. You see something, you smacked it off.
I gotta read that book. Okay, let's go to Alice's
I
origins.
do agree. Rock Rods is a great name for an attraction.
Yeah.
But it killed the People Mover.
Killed the People Mover.
Also, if you want to know which now defunct attraction Tony Baxter would really like.
Splash
Not
Mountain.
defunct,
Splash
extinct.
Mountain.
Yeah, he said he wanted to bring Splash Mountain back. If he could bring anything. Good answer.
He also thought that adding the word adventure to a ride is lazy.
He's not wrong.
Looking at you, Tiana's Bayou. Okay, Alice's origins. The Disney animated classic we all know was based on the Victorian nonsensical works by the Oxford University mathematics professor, illustrator, poet, and photographer Charles Ludwig Dodgson.
I don't really know how to pronounce his last name because I've heard it Dodgson and Dodson. So who knows? Don't worry, we won't be
You might more commonly know him as nothing related to those words, Lewis Carroll.
Yes. This will make it a lot easier.
I like how he's like, this is my real name, but my pen name will be this.
Make it a lot simpler for all of you.
You know, they just don't make men like this anymore. Mathematics professor, illustrator, poet, and photographer. I mean, to be fair, I'm a network engineer, photographer,
Podcaster,
editor,
Disney historian,
wannabe
Disney adult,
wannabe astrodynamics. I watched
theme park enthusiast.
one video on how they're getting to the moon, and my brain literally fried. So maybe I won't be an astrodynamic astrophysicist.
You're a man of many titles
Let's
as well.
watch Hidden Figures tonight.
Okay, this is way off topic. Let's go back to Lewis Carroll.
We're going to the moon.
Going to Lewis Carroll Victorian times.
Actually, I learned something about Disney yesterday.
Oh yeah,
at the exhibit.
Ooh, tell me. Ooh.
So there
was something about Alice in that exhibit I learned.
They consulted with Werner von Braun, who was a famous rocket scientist when we were still trying to figure out how to get to space for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
You might know him from reference in a movie called October Sky, starring
Tobey Maguire. Right?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh wait, that's right. That's not Tobey Maguire.
One Jake Gyllenhaal, one Laura Dern. Man, that's a good movie. October Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good. Let's watch that tonight.
Okay.
Watch that tonight.
Okay.
Then the dad, I can't remember what the dad's actor's name, but he's that guy. Now that we've introduced one Lewis Carroll, the story of how Alice was born, or the story of Alice was born in 1862 on a sunny afternoon rowing along the River Thames. Thames?
Someone help us.
Right in if you I've been to London twice. I've literally standed on the shores of this river. I still don't know how to say it. Lewis Carroll was accompanied by Reverend Robinson Duckworth.
That is quite the name.
And the three daughters of his friend, Henry Liddell.
Little,
whatever. Daughters' names, Lorena, Edith.
Maybe I shouldn't have you reading this.
And Alice.
Alice.
To keep the daughters...
Alice.
To keep the children entertained, Carol told tales of a delightful little girl's adventure in a wondrous dreamland. Alice Liddell was so much of a fan of these tales that she pestered Lewis Carroll to write them down for her. On November 26th, 1864, Carroll gifted young Alice her very own copy of his handwritten manuscript titled Alice's Adventures Underground, fully included with its own illustrations.
His own illustrations.
His dedication to Alice read as follows: a Christmas gift to a dear child in memory of a summer's day. That child was like, I don't know what to do with this. What are we reading? She
asked for it. What are you talking about?
She doesn't know what to do with this dedication. How old is she? Like 6? She's like, I don't know what those words mean. Let's what are we talking about here?
I don't know what these words mean.
She's
about to read this.
No, the dedication. Children are probably a little bit more better. I'm not going to go down that path.
What?
Nothing. Carroll was encouraged by others who had read the manuscript to their children that he should expand the story.
I didn't really know this because I'm familiar with the later illustrations that would come out with the first publishing of Alice. Lewis Carroll is actually a very talented illustrator, like fully detailed.
Yeah.
Great. Very talented. Again, man of many talents.
Now for the evidence, said the king, and then the sentence. No, said the queen. First the sentence, and then the evidence.
This is really confusing for people, for anybody listening right now. What are you saying?
Not if they've. We are looking at a picture of. I'm assuming this said manuscript with one Lewis Carroll illustration of the courtroom scene. So they are pretty impressive illustrations. I'm not sure what's going on with the second illustration.
They're playing croquet.
Oh,
the cards are like
okay, that makes sense.
I don't know what the official name for it is, but the little
they're making the gates.
U-shaped,
yeah, they're gates. Yeah,
the gates to roll the hedgehogs through.
Is that the queen in the middle there?
Yeah.
She looks like she has a mustache. No wonder the queen's so upset.
Jeez.
A year later, in 1865, the story would double in size and be published under the new title of, everyone with me now, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Again, using the pseudonym Lewis Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
Telling the story of the little girl named Alice who falls down a rabbit hole into a fantastical world filled with anthropomorphic creatures.
And a little familiar.
Yes. This new novelization also featured over 40 illustrations by Sir John
Tenniel.
And these are probably all famous illustrations that people have seen. These are very scratchy, black and white, like cross-hatched design. So they're very famous pictures. I'm sure people have seen them. I've seen them.
I love them. I have coasters with some of these illustrations on them.
Yeah, we
Iconic.
have a lot of Alice stuff. You've been collecting it, including that darling necklace that you're wearing around your
darling.
neck. Yeah.
Oh.
Who got that for you?
Myself.
Oh.
I did.
Can we say by
myself?
Can we say by extension that I technically got it?
You didn't though.
Can we say that the money that you paid for it out of the bank account?
It was my money.
Let's just say it was my money and I bought it.
You can't take credit for a necklace I found for myself.
I am a good gift giver. I'll have you know. I
didn't say you weren't.
I'm having everyone else know when I say I'll have you know.
You weren't. You're just taking credit for a gift you didn't give.
I'm talking to the listeners. You know, there's something odd about the studio. It looks cleaner on these shelves. I wonder who could have possibly been responsible for that.
You know, it's a good thing that I didn't add more to this episode because you're all over the place.
I'm having fun today.
I know we have a lot to get through.
I know. It's if you're on video today, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe down below, please. Thank you. The shelves are a lot cleaner. Our niece is in town visiting.
Yeah, she was assisting me in the studio.
There is no other place that she wants to be in this household currently more than this room. Mm-hmm. Every minute, she's like, can we go up to that studio?
Yeah, she wanted to have like a sleepover.
She wants to go look at the knickknacks. So fun fact, Carroll wrote multiple poems and songs for Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, including one little ditty we like to call All in the Golden Afternoon.
Okay, the verse that happens before the story begins in the book.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah.
Prefatory? It's like a prologue.
Yeah, basically.
Like a prologue.
It's before even chapter 1.
Oh, so kind of like a prologue.
Prefatory?
I don't know.
We're smart.
This is I've never once read this word in my entire life. I
haven't either.
7.
Okay, well, so what is All in the Golden Afternoon, Clay? And come on.
It's an original poem by Carroll that recalls the rowing expedition on which he first told the story of Alice's adventures in the underground.
I thought that was really interesting.
But then that would be turned into a song in the movie. Interesting.
That is correct. I did not know any of this.
Interesting. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland was an immediate success, receiving rave reviews from the public.
I was always really curious about this. I didn't know how the book was originally received at the time. Because like now, it's still everywhere. You find even like all kinds of merchandise with those iconic illustrations on it. It's still very relevant. I mean, I read it as a kid. I, of course, started reading it because of the Disney adaptation. That's what got me interested. And I think most people now, you say Alice, they know it because of Disney. But even still, the book holds so much relevance even today. So I never really knew. I was like, is this something that it took a lot of time for it to gain appreciation? But no, it was right off the bat. It was a huge hit.
It was celebrated and embraced by a young Oscar Wilde, Queen Victoria. You know, she was actually like really small.
I didn't know that.
We've seen her. There's that statue dedicated to her in that park in London.
What Park Clayton?
Actually, can't. It's
How's it
right.
pronounced?
It's right,
Thames?
it's right in front of the. It's right in front of Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Queen Victoria and children everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Carol's work was a perfect blend of riddles, wordplay. The words really get me in this thing. Fantasy.
There's a lot of wordplay that's messing with Clayton today.
Fantasy, symbolism, and pure literary nonsense. The story of Alice was completely told through the lens of a child into this land of escapism. Mind you, this was during a time where children's literature was solely about literature.
Take two. Children's literature.
Well, I think everyone listening understood what I was going for. Children's literature was solely about morality and teaching children to become good, upstanding citizens.
So what you could say, boring.
Yeah. Alice couldn't be the more polar opposite. Didn't talk down to children. The novel has never been out of print and it's been translated into 174 languages.
That is correct.
We have the first edition cover here.
Mm-hmm. Alice holding a pig.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. This is not a storyline that carried over into the Disney version, but this is a scene that happens within the novel.
Carol gave the people what they wanted.
What do we want? A sequel. When do we want it? 6 years later.
So in 1871, he would release an Alice sequel titled Through the Looking Glass. And what Alice found there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
or
sorry.
Most commonly, people just say Through the Looking Glass.
Okay, Through the Looking Glass and what Alice found there. Interestingly enough, he was inspired to write the follow-up after his introduction to another Alice, one Alice Rakes in London in 1871. Once again, the sequel was illustrated by, what's his name?
Tenniel. It's written right there.
What was his first name?
Why does that matter?
I don't know. Tenniel.
I mean, not to discredit him and say his first name doesn't matter, but I'm wondering why.
He was a sir. He's knighted. He's a sir. They were just giving those things around like hotcakes back in the day, you know?
Giving them away like what?
Hotcakes.
I said hockey. What are you talking
You never
about?
heard that? You never heard that say?
No, I thought you said hockey. That's why I'm confused.
Seems like everyone's a sir these days. Or a dame. But yes, they were going to be it was going to be illustrated again by Tenniel. So as you could say, Emily,
we're getting the band back together.
The whole band back together.
Yeah,
Emily.
we are.
Now, Through the Looking Glass introduced iconic characters like the Tweedles, Tweedledee, and Tweedledum.
I want to be Tweedledee. You can be Tweedledum.
Talking Flower. I'm not so sure about that. The Talking Flowers, the Red Queen, the White Knight, the Walrus, and the Carpenter, and the famous Jabberwocky poem, Forever Finding Home in... What's the famous Jabberwocky?
We'll talk more about that later when it comes to the Disney version.
Forever Finding Home in the Alice Wonderland verse.
Well, that is correct. Yes. So
seems like a lot of the movie material came from the second book.
Well, there's still there's a lot from the first one because that's where we get the Cheshire Cat, we get the March Hare, the Mad Hatter, the Unbirthday Mad Tea Party. There's a whole bunch. The Caterpillar. Unsurprisingly,
the Looking Glass was even more of a sensation than the first. The crowd quite literally.
they what? I can't hear you. What was that?
They quite literally went mad for it.
Maybe I'm going mad. I don't know.
With this well-deserved success, Lewis Carroll became the leading children's author of his generation. Carroll's novels remain one of the most treasured pieces of children's literature, right along with Winnie the Pooh, which would come out in 1926, also by a British accent author.
Yeah, I had to look up again what year Winnie the Pooh came out, just thinking about, I knew Alice had to have come out earlier with all this research and saying that this was at a time when literally there was nothing else out for children where they could actually escape and go to a world where they felt like they were an equal and had a voice in the matter. And it wasn't just about, hey, do the right thing and grow up and contribute to society. Like that's all it was, where this was actually something that they could get lost in, use their imagination. And Alice is a character where she could actually stand up for herself and talk to the adults within this Wonderland world. But yeah, so it was kind of the first, and then like Winnie the Pooh is just way later on, but it still was a world for children to escape into.
Yeah. The legacy and influence of these original Alice works far reach outside its pages and transcends genders, languages, and generations.
That is correct.
What is this
still
picture
very
of?
popular today. So this is one of the illustrations through the looking glass, and this shows her going through the mirror or the looking glass
Oh, I see.
into the world of Wonderland.
Oh, I see.
And so you can see there's faces on the clock and the vase, so everything's coming alive in this alternate reality. Which, fun fact, we were playing Epic Mickey last night, with our niece and nephew.
The Mickey game.
And it starts with Mickey reading through the looking glass, falling asleep to it, and he goes, same as Alice, into this crazy land. He goes through the mirror, and everything's upside down.
Yeah, when the niece and nephew come, there's two things that one little girl likes to do. She likes to come up here to the studio and play around with all the cool Disney knickknacks, and she likes to play the Mickey game, which is Epic Mickey.
Great game, by the way.
So I have to reinstall it on the old PlayStation. I'm assuming this is like a later cover of Through the Looking. This is probably not the original first edition cover.
I have this version with this cover on it, and Humpty Dumpty is a character within the sequel.
Was Humpty Dumpty a thing before this, or did he create the character of Humpty Dumpty?
He must have been a character
Because you know what
this.
they say about Humpty Dumpty.
Had a great fall.
Yeah, all the king's men and all the king's
couldn't put Humpty back together again.
Actually, how does that go?
That's how it goes.
Well, it's all the king's men and all the king's horses?
All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've
It's almost kind of like when we tried to do Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear.
Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Okay, explain.
Nope. There's the walrus and the carp. Oh, it almost looks like they look, I mean, honestly looking, so this picture is of the flowers. They look
didn't even stop and talk about all the other artwork I showed you from the first book.
Oh.
Well, you kind of just glossed over it. You didn't comment on any of it. I'm just wondering why you're just doing that now.
I don't know why I'm doing that right now.
If that's okay. I was just wondering.
Well, I mean, looking at all the artwork in parallel, let's say here, like, I mean, the White Rabbit, I would say that, okay, so it seems like in the second set of illustrations, a little bit more, it looks like they pulled them almost out of directly off the page and put them in the movie. To me, at least.
I mean, I think they all are I think Disney coherent, like, to me, everything in Alice, they're not cartoonized.
Yeah.
Like, you have a real flamingo she's holding, so it's not a cartoony version of it. The White Rabbit looks like a white rabbit wearing a waistcoat, and he's holding a watch.
Is the flamingo a thing in the movie?
They're the mallets that they use for croquet. Were you present for the watching of this film?
Were they flamingos?
They're flamingos.
I thought they were like
she has
storks
the
or
pink
something.
She has the goofy pink one, Alice. They're flamingos. So I would say it's pretty tied with how Disney took inspiration from both of them. I mean, the illustrations are consistent between both books.
So you recently read both, right? Recently,
I'm still working through the Looking Glass.
I know we're going to talk about it just for my own. What's the percentage of content from the two books?
I haven't finished through the Looking Glass. So I can't tell you.
At the point that you're in,
because there's a lot that Disney did cut out. This is actually these two books, they're quite hard material to adapt because it's even weirder than actual books. So Disney did cut out quite a bit from the first one, and even from what I've read in the second one, they also cut quite a bit out. And one example for the scene of the talking flowers, Disney expands upon that. It's pretty quick within Through the Looking Glass.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a big number. And then when she's talking,
I haven't even gotten to Tweedledee and Tweedledum Through the Looking Glass right now.
Have you gotten to the flowers?
I did. That's why I just said it was cut down quite a bit. Disney expanded. It was much more cut down in the book.
Do they do like singing, or is that just a thing?
No.
So they're just like they're just like versing at him, poemizing at her.
They just talk to her. That's it. It's very quick, and then she moves on.
I see.
Yeah, there's no music. There's no big musical number. And same, you don't get like the bread and butterflies in the book.
Or a rocking horsefly?
They kind of tone that down a little bit. Like, and especially for like later on, we brought this up last week.
The weird animals?
The weird animals, the more of them she encounters when she's by herself. She's by herself the entire time. But before she has her mental breakdown in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they're in the book at all.
Oh, so those are completely original.
Disney, completely Disney's invention.
So Floyd Norman's just like, you know what would be weird? A pair of glasses with some legs.
I think Floyd Norman worked on this.
I think we did. I think we see his name. Okay, in any case. All right.
Okay, you gonna bet on that as fact?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll look it up. We'll look it up right now. Floyd.
Oh boy.
Norman.
Well, this is gonna come up later.
Alice.
We're not talking about the movies.
All right.
Or the movie.
Okay.
Okay, well, so as far as where I've gone through the books right now, there were a couple quotes that I really did like, and I pulled directly from the first one, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. This comes from Alice. She says, I knew who I was when I got up this morning, but I think I must have been changed several times since then. Which, I can kind of relate. We have those days where it feels like they go on, the whole day has been like, I've lived 5 lifetimes. I'm like, I feel like I've changed 1,000,000 times in this one day.
Most days I feel like I've lived 1,000,000 lifetimes. That's a good quote.
Mm-hmm. Then we have this other one, which is really curious because a lot of people misquote this. We're all mad here, and people assume this is from Disney. The Cheshire Cat says it in the film version, but this is actually from the book. So the Cheshire Cat in the film, he says most everyone's mad here, but we're all mad here. That is actually from the book.
Interesting.
The final one that I really like as well, also from Alice. Once she sees the Cheshire Cat within the woods, she says, I've often seen a cat without a grin, but a grin without a cat, it's the most curious thing I ever saw in my life.
Is he doing like, is he disappear like
he's
he
doing
does?
The thing where it's just the smiles left.
Okay. That's taking all.
I love the way this is written.
So let's answer that question though. Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Now, is there actually an answer to this? We're kind of left hanging within Disney's version, and even in the book, we don't get an answer.
After being hounded by his readers, because we can never just like let the imagination fly, Lewis Carroll answers his own riddle on why a raven is like a writing desk. It was originally meant to have no answer. That's perfectly fine.
It's allowed. It's allowed enough to have all the answers.
It's allowed for people to invent. But we have to know everything.
The people needed to know.
But Carol said because it can produce a few notes, though they are very flat. Okay, hold on. Let me try this again. But Carol said because it can produce a few notes, though they are very flat, and it is never put with the wrong end in front.
You just say it is never. But he spells never, Nevar, for a reason.
Oh, because it's raven spelled backwards.
Correct.
Okay, because it can produce a few notes, though they are very flat.
So the raven, it's not like it has a wide range sounds it produces.
Like
so he's just saying it produces a couple different notes for the raven.
Yeah.
And a writing desk, you write notes on it. Writing notes to people.
Huh. Interesting.
Now, here's the thing, though. A lot of people weren't very satisfied with this and came up with better answers. So actually, these are ones that I really enjoyed. They both stand on their legs.
Oh, okay.
Edgar Allan Poe wrote on both. He wrote The Raven.
Yeah. Quoth the raven nevermore.
And finally, they both produce notes, but neither are musical. I like the Edgar Allan Poe one the most. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean...
Hey, people asked for the answer from Lewis Carroll. He said I didn't have one, and then they weren't very satisfied.
Because, like, some things are really meant to be just throwaway lines and not have an answer.
Well, that's part of the point. The Mad Hatter gives this to Alice, and there's not meant to be an answer for it.
There was something I was just reading. What was it? There was something this came up with in what I was reading, and it was like... He came up with this thing, and then he had one interpretation of it, and that annoyed all of his readers. So then he changed his interpretation of it, and then it like became then it got its own set of legs, and then Then they went back to the other oh man, what was that? I cannot remember what that was. It's just like some things aren't always meant to have answers. But in any case, man, that's going to drive me nuts all day.
Can't help you on that one. Anyways.
Yeah, anyways. Man, what was it? Okay. That is Lewis Carroll.
Yes.
And his involvement with the rest of the series will be mostly perfunctory. I don't know if that's the right use of that word, but
let's go with it.
We're going to go with that. So we are going to be back next week talking more Alice.
Mm-hmm. We're going to continue this deep dive.
Probably at least 2 episodes on the movie. Is that what we're thinking?
I'm not going to promise anything ahead of time. There's a lot. There's a lot. I will just say that.
So we're going to talk the movie. We're going to talk the rides.
There's more before the movie. So we're not talking about the movie next week.
We're going to talk Walt Disney optioning the movie rights. And how he got them, probably.
Why don't you just wait? Hey, you just said that we don't need to have all the answers thrown out.
Okay, so it is this when this episode comes out, today's the 5th. This comes out on the 8th.
Why are you doing this right now?
I don't know, because I like to think in dates. We have this episode and 2 more episodes. We'll be on vacation. We are still going to have episodes out that come out when we're on vacation. Mm-hmm. We'll be gone 2 weeks, and we'll have to have episodes for. We are still discussing what the content of those episodes will be.
You could say what you're saying is irrelevant currently because we might have the answer in next week's episode.
Probably. I don't know. Shockingly, I'm not very professional at this job.
It's just as irrelevant as why is a raven like a writing desk?
Pretty much. But I want them to know, the listeners that is, and the viewers.
Well, you can just wait because we'll have an answer probably when we record the next episode.
Know. Okay, in any case, we'll be back next week. We'll be talking how Disney got his hands on Alice in Wonderland.
His first dipping his toes into the world of Wonderland.
You know, going back to the Happiest Place on Earth exhibit, the picture of him and Ward Kimball at the train museum was like the cutest thing ever.
Is that like burned into your mind right now?
Yeah, because it's
very
like,
sweet.
It's
the most wholesome picture in the world.
Because you have a picture of Walt at the time who's having
he's a big kid.
He's having a nervous breakdown, and his nurse is literally like, "You're having a nervous breakdown. Go take a vacation.
You get out of here."
So he's like,
she
"Okay."
Forced him.
So he goes, "Okay, let's go have a vacation." So he goes and
play
talks
with trains.
He goes and Ward Kimball's quote in the movie that we watched that goes with the exhibit was literally, well, Walt looked at me and said, well, Ward is always like, doesn't take anything too seriously. Let's go
I should be more like,
let's be more like Ward and go to a train museum.
What's he?
Seems like a joy to go back there. They kind of invited into the diesel cab to pull the train whistle.
Yeah. Ward Kimball said that like, it was just Walt being a kid.
Yeah. That picture of him is like pretty impressive. He looks
having
they're playing like dress up basically, and they're like, it's like,
and this is a man, Walt Disney,
very serious man,
who never took a day off, was always working. He would go into the studio on weekends, never took time off. Workaholic. That was his life because he was always working towards the next thing. He put everything into his work. And then there he is. He takes some time off with one of his biggest passions in life, trains. Railroads, and like just pure joy.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to this. What did you think of this so far?
Very interesting. I've actually never read Alice in Wonderland.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should. I am going to be at a moment where I'm going to take a short break. I've been reading a lot of sci-fi and a lot of fantasy. And take a short break because my brain is literally exploding with how much I've been reading. Mm-hmm. So I am going to read some not sci-fi and fantasy. I don't know if Alice in Wonderland falls into the fantasy realm a little bit, but
I mean, it is fantasy, but you're not, it's not like major world building.
Not super major world building fantasy. No. So maybe after I finish a couple books I'm reading, I could read it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Literally written for a girl named Alice.
A little girl on a sunny day rowing along.
Oh, we're going to have to talk about the Alice comedies, huh?
That's why. Yeah, that's coming next week.
I see what you're throwing around now. The Alice comedies. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can't get one by me. I'm a Disney expert.
Got to give you a little time sometimes.
My brain is fried. I'm so tired right now. It's not. My eyes literally feel like they're about to close. But in any case,
Maybe that's a good time for us to end that.
that might be a good sample for us to close the book on this one. Yeah. So
hey,
thanks.
close the book in theme with today's episode topic.
So
Look at that.
thank you for listening. We'll be back, as we said, next week talking Al's Comedy. So early Disney company history. That's actually pretty
Very
exciting.
early.
We know a lot of people don't focus on that because it's all before Mickey Mouse and the parks and all
This
the
is
stuff.
even before Oswald.
Yeah, this is before
was created.
This is they talk about this. There's a whole room dedicated to this in the Walt Disney Family Museum.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this is a surprise. We love it there. Go
Maybe
check
we
it out.
should contact the Walt Disney Family Museum and be like, hey, do you want to sponsor the show? Because we talk about you a lot and we go there a lot.
No, I more just want people to go support them.
I know.
Not them to support us.
I know. I was just joking. There, it is a fantastic place. We went, we go pretty much once every month or so when there's a talk.
Every month? We don't
Every
go once
other
a
month.
month? What are you talking about?
Every other month.
No.
Whenever there's a talk.
We don't go every other month.
I think we went in February and April.
February.
I thought that first talk was in February.
No.
January?
It definitely wasn't February. What are you talking about? I was gone for like most of February.
Is that how long this year has been?
I
guess
think
so.
it was in 2025 when we went for
Wow.
that talk.
Wow. Okay. Time flies.
Seems like you don't want to end this episode.
Awkward. Okay. I think with that then.
I was about to say it's time to make it match. Cool, that's not right.
How do we end this?
Remember to be kind
That's
to each
right.
other.
And wait, you say that. Do I say that?
Whose line is it?
Whose line is this? And? Wait, you say and.
And let's.
Now
Now you go with me.
Oh, okay.
Let's.
Oh, sorry. I missed your tempo. Not quite my tempo. You're rushing.
You're dragging.
I am dragging.
Let's
make it magical.
Bye, everybody.